So I have over $200,000 invested in the stock market, but I recently decided that I would start buying Bitcoin, gold, and silver. And the main reason is I wanted to diversify my portfolio and it's a good hedge against inflation. Now I only have $2,000 in Bitcoin, so it is a speculative position for me, but let me know your thoughts.
Bitcoin, 39,000. Where's it going?
Where is it going? It's probably going to 100, then 150, then 200,000. In what period? I don't know. 5 years, 10 years, but it's going there. And the reason is because every time you see all of this stuff happening, it just reminds you that, wow, our leaders are not as trustworthy and reliable as they used to be. And so just in case, we really do need to have some kind of, insurance we can keep under our pillow that gives us some access to an uncorrelated hedge.
All right, guys, I'm at a Bitcoin ATM, and I'm going to be trying to buy Bitcoin with this real Bitcoin. Just a little more in there. Can you guys tell me why it's not fitting? Like, why does the ATM not take this? Let me try this. Well, that was a waste of my time.
I actually own over $1 million in crypto. My portfolio is mainly Bitcoin and Ethereum. Number one, you've got to open up an account at an exchange. The two biggest ones are Coinbase and Gemini. The next thing you're going to have to do is fund your account. You could just do a direct deposit. If you want to send a lot of money, you're going to have to do a wire. Once you get your money on the app, you're going to want to start buying some crypto. Maybe it's Bitcoin, maybe it's Ethereum, maybe it's another altcoin. I don't know. Me personally, I'm a big believer in Bitcoin. I think it's the safest one you can get. My motto is to always buy the dip, but you could also do dollar cost averaging, where you just buy a little bit every single day. That way you don't have to be on the highs and lows. All the steps needed to buy crypto.
As we speak, crypto is tanking. This is what you should do. Bitcoin's down almost 20% in one day. I know this might come to a shock to some guys who are new to crypto, but anyone who's experienced saw this coming from a mile away. This bull run with Bitcoin over the last few weeks is unnatural, and many people would consider it a bubble. In order for Bitcoin to keep on going up this whole year in a healthy manner, we would have had to have a correction. A lot of people predicted around 20% like we have now. Some people even predicted more, upwards of 40%. This isn't the time to get out. This is the time to get in. I'm still extremely bullish on Bitcoin this year, and a crash like this is to be expected with this much growth.
Guys, these scam coins are getting so out of hand. Someone just shilled me this today. 27 trillion in circulation, unlimited supply cap. There's only one node, so it's completely centralized. 25% of the supply has been minted in the past 6 months. And last but not least, the top 1% of holders own 30% of the supply. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's not a coin. That's the US dollar.
If you bought Bitcoins in 2013 for $1,000, in 2014 you would have $65,000. 2015, again, only $24,000. 2016, in $33,000. 2017, $74,000. 2018, $1 million. 2019, back to only $300,000. 2020, $500,000. 2021, over $2 million. Now, the question is, when is the bubble going to burst the next time, and is a great spot for you to enter that market?
If you really want to become wealthy in the future, I would suggest you take $1 frickin' $1, buy some Bitcoins, put it in a goddamn wallet, put it fucking away. Okay? I'm sorry for swearing, but you know what? It's just $1.
Apparently one of the top 5 Bitcoin whales just did this. This is the guy with the 4th largest wallet with 105,000 Bitcoin. Right here on May 9th, he sold 3,000 Bitcoin with an average price of 58,000. But that's not even it. On May 15th, 18th, and 19th, he came right back into the market, reaccumulating 3,500 Bitcoin at these 3 prices respectively.
In 2031, what is your prediction for the price of Bitcoin?
So going into 2031, let's say, that Bitcoin will have continued its growth trajectory. It will have played out another one of these price cycles. Possibly its price cycle will have broken and it just gone into a long, slow grind upwards as people realize it's a game of accumulation. I think Bitcoin, by the year 2031, will be north of $12.5 million per Bitcoin.
Jesus.
But
$12.5 million per coin?
12.5 million, but adjusting for inflation, it will only feel like north of $1 million per Bitcoin in 2021 dollars, because the dollar will have lost so much of its value by then. $12.5 million will spin like $1 million.
Many people are talking about this triangle pattern on Bitcoin, but trading the breakout is a bad idea. We often see false breakouts where whales intentionally bring the price above or below the triangle just to start the major trend in the other direction. And worse yet, even for real breakouts, there is often a retest back towards the triangle before the major move starts. These two common patterns look very similar early on with a break out of the triangle. So realistically, only a breakout alone from the triangle is not enough to tell you what the next major move will be. That's why I don't trade these triangle breakouts. Instead, I set my breakout levels at key support and resistance levels, right now at 30K and 43K. Bitcoin can do whatever it wants within this range, but I'll only start to be bullish after it breaks above 43K. Similarly, I will only start to be bearish if it breaks below 30K.
I still don't know what Bitcoin is, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask.
I got you. At its simplest level, Bitcoin is money. It can be used to pay for things just like cash, and it's also called a decentralized digital currency. So let's break that down. Decentralized means it's not tied to any banks, governments, countries, so when you pay someone, you're paying them directly, not a bank. The nice thing about this is your funds can't be frozen, and you can send them to anybody, anywhere. Now at its core, Bitcoin is a solution to a math equation which is stored in computers, making it completely digital. Only 21 million ways to solve this equation, meaning there can only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. All Bitcoin that are created and all the transactions that go through the network are verified by other Bitcoin. This makes everything super secure and also puts the power back in the hands of the people instead of banks and governments, which is chef's kiss.
Okay, here's an emergency update on Bitcoin. I still don't think the bull market has finished. However, we are getting very close and the next couple days is crucial to watch. First, there's the 21 weekly exponential moving average, which is the long-term bull market support. Like I mentioned in my previous video, we need to wait for the weekly candle close by May 24th to determine if we actually broke below this long-term support. But to see the short-term moves like what's happening today, we can look at the daily chart. The 200 daily exponential moving average also acts as a key long-term support. As we see in the last bull market, we only had 2 instances where price touched the 200 daily EMA. And in both of these cases, notice how there's only a wick but not a candle close below the level. So back to the current chart, I really need to see a bounce today and for us to print only a wick instead of a whole candle close below the 200 daily EMA.